Here are 10 lessons that I've learned after posting over 3,000 reaction videos here on YouTube. These are in no sort of order, they were just kind of late night thoughts that I had written down, and I was like, you know what, this would make a really cool video, and I figured I'd share it with you because I've been around the block a couple times in the YouTube space. That being said, my name is Jacob Restituto. I'm a musician from Northport, New York, and I post a whole bunch of different content, including music, reactions, and interviews. Today, we're, like I said, talking about the reaction videos. So getting right into this, number 10 is you can't please everyone. Pretty simple. It's kind of like a life lesson that you should really put in anywhere in your life. Here we're talking about reactions where it's like the people are gonna love your content, hate your content, think you talk too much, think you don't talk enough, think you should pause more, think you don't pause enough, like think you should do more of this kind of content, think you should do less of this content, think you should make the videos longer or shorter, or you'll never ever please everybody. So what I found in these reaction videos and doing reactions is you got to stay true to what you believe. Be open-minded enough to take suggestions because, you know, for example, like people said I spoke too fast in certain things, or hey, maybe let the phrase of the song finish before you start speaking. Like, you know, all these little details, like be open to like advice like that, but don't let them like rock your world where it's like you'll never please them. Either you'll speak more because they're asking you to speak more, and then the people like you're talking too much, and then you just can't. So that's number 10. Number 9 is quality is subjective, and quality doesn't really matter. It's really interesting. You know, I have a whole video set up here, like, you know, like with the studio and the lights and this and that and the cameras. First of all, I didn't start this way. When you go back to my earlier videos, I was filming on my iPhone like vertically because TikTok wasn't even a thing yet, and I was like, you know, people spend so much time on their phones. I want to film so that people can watch on their phones. So I was posting YouTube videos vertically 4 or 5 years before Shorts came out, you know, like way before. It didn't stick, so I ended up going horizontally. But that being said, the quality of my videos didn't necessarily matter. People liked the content. And I watched some videos on YouTube, but, you know, we're talking reaction videos here, and I'm like really surprised at like the video quality's terrible, the lighting's terrible, but like they have hundreds of thousands of views, and people are watching them because they like the personality, or they like the content, like what they're saying or what they're learning or anything. You know, they relate to the person speaking. Like, all that being said, though, all of those are factors into what creates views and a relationship with the viewer, not just the quality of the camera. So like, don't get too harped on that. But quality does matter in who you are and the way you present yourself and what you talk about. Like, so choose where you want to focus on and where you can. Sometimes budget is a factor, so you just got to work with what you have. Number 8 is very interesting, and again, these are in no order. It's kind of just going down. The more you post, the more money you make, if you're monetized, obviously. This sounds really obvious, but it's actually not. And it was going against like a lot of people's grain when I was back in 2020, 2021. I was posting a lot of videos. In fact, there were some months that I posted 350 videos a month. Like that's like 11 videos a day. It's crazy. That being said, I was concerned, and people were concerned. They're like, hey, if you're posting so many videos, you're flooding your network with people, of viewers, where they can't watch anything, so it's actually going to hurt the performance in your videos. And after doing that for so long, I actually noticed that that's not true. Because, for example, if you're a viewer and I post this video, I don't know, say about artist A, and you don't like artist A, you're not going to watch that video. But if I post a video about artist A, B, and C, and you still don't like artist A, but you like artist B and C, well, now you're watching 2 videos of mine. Right? So you're essentially, it's almost like being like a fisherman and you just putting out one line versus putting out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lines. You know, you have all these options. And then what's interesting is this fish can come and pick up on that one. They can go to this line. They can go to this line. 3 days later, they can go to that line. 4 days later, they can go to that. Like, as opposed to just that one video, you're kind of committing to that one thing. And if it doesn't work, if it gets 20 views, well, you got 20 views. Well, what happens if 5 videos get 20 views? Now you have 100 views. You know what I'm saying? So the more you post, the more opportunity you have. Plus, you're building a catalog. So, you know, I still have videos that are 5 years old that are getting plays. You know what I mean? So, like, you're building an evergreen content catalog. Number 7 is timing matters sometimes. Meaning the time that you post, the time of day that you post. Or time of, like, how soon you post after a video is released or, like, a song is released. I would say if you're a smaller channel, as you're growing, and this is what I did, and it made a huge difference, being first makes a tremendous difference. So what I mean by that is the 1975 or Taylor Swift release a new song, the first people that get the reactions up there have a tremendous advantage, especially if you're a smaller channel, because as the larger channels start to post, you're going to get drowned out by the people that people always go to, they're the classic favorite reactors, right? That being said, if you're first, you're going to get a huge leg up where you're going to get all those initial views where people are looking for the first reactions. And if the bigger channels haven't gotten their videos up yet, you'll get all those views. And then they'll go watch the other people after. But if you post after the bigger channels, it's way harder to break through. Now, as your channel grows, the opposite is kind of true. It doesn't matter, I've found, as much when you post. You could post that day. I used to freak out. I'd be like, oh, I gotta post. And I wouldn't notice, sometimes I wouldn't get it up, and I wouldn't notice a huge difference in view count on what I was expecting, or some of my colleagues, and it'd be kind of the same, or sometimes it'd be better. And as your channel gets larger and your people know you a little bit more, you do have a little bit more leeway on when you can post. Number 5 is about I don't know why I'm going descending. I have them listed going upward and I'm going down, and it's just kind of confusing. But regardless, number 5 is about copyright claims and disputes. I've disputed everything. Every single video that's come across my channel with a copyright claim, I've disputed every single one. In fact, if you're just starting out and you haven't yet and you're not monetized, I'd recommend you start doing it now. I made the mistake of waiting until I was monetized, and I had hundreds of videos that I had posted that had copyright claims, and I had to just go back and do. I just spent 16 hours over 2 or 3 days and just dispute. It's a pain, but I recommend doing it. That being said, I've never ever gotten a strike because of a copyright claim. I can't speak for all channels. I don't know the complete answer to that. I've posted a lot of reaction videos, but that's my experience. It's never been an issue for me. Another thing, a touchy subject that I don't want to know if I really want to totally get into. If you appeal a claim that was denied, doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to lead to a strike. I've been dabbling with appeals, and I'm going to make a separate video on this later at some point. Be very careful. I was hesitant for years, but I think with the right circumstances and with the right videos and with the right content, there is a chance you can win those appeals. So I'll make a different video on that with a disclaimer at another time. Number, what is this? 4, 5, I don't know. Don't live for there's a quote that says, if you live for their applause, you'll die by their criticism. And what this next one is essentially is you can't get attached to the viewership or the comments or the excitement of when things are going really well, because as soon as that stops, because it will, because it's all in ebb and flow. Sometimes you're on the high of the wave, sometimes you're coming down, sometimes you back up, sometimes it ebbs and flows. Viewership comes and goes. Even like, for example, at the end, around December time, early January, people aren't making new music. So like there's not much to even post about. So then that'll affect your channel. All these little things, right? The ebb and flow. But if you get so attached to it, it's going to really ruin your life, and you don't want that. So like don't get attached to how well a video does. Like learn earlier on to separate yourself from how things perform. The next one we have is don't let it ever become work, because as soon as it becomes work, it becomes an obligation. This is something I struggled with actually. I did it for fun for a long time, then it became my actual job, and it was making money from it, and then it was really hard to separate myself from the views and how well things were performing and how well I wanted them to perform, because I needed them to perform so I could pay my bills, like all that stuff. And then I started to resent it, because I was like, I don't necessarily want to be doing this. I have to be doing this. And it's a really slippery slope. Even if it becomes your job, which is first of all a tremendous honor, still don't try not to think of it as an obligation, because it'll just become a frustration. I guess this would be number 8. Diversify your content early. I would recommend diversifying your content. Again, we're talking reaction videos, but I would say diversify your channel. Don't just necessarily only post reaction videos. Post about what you like. If you like sports, show your audience who you are, because reaction videos are super niche, and sometimes that's great, but sometimes that can hinder you a little bit. So but then also diversify your reaction content. Maybe you do all this genre, maybe you try a little bit more of a separate genre, or a new style of artist, or a new style of video. Maybe instead of just doing one-off videos, maybe do compilation videos reacting to 10 of the best blank, right? Diversify early. Number 9 is listen to your subscribers' suggestions. Whether you have 1 subscriber or 100 million subscribers, if they're, again, suggesting that you speed up your talking or slow down your talking, or that's suggesting, you know, cutting out the intro or leaving the intro, or, you know, content. I get so many ideas of content from my subscribers. What they recommend, what they don't recommend, what I should check out, when I should check it out. I highly recommend you listen to them, because that means that you value their opinion, and they will keep coming back because they value somebody that values their opinion. And number 10, or number 1, I guess we're now going, I messed up the order completely, but the last one, again, not in any order, but stay positive and have fun. It's simple, it's kind of silly, but like, it's true. Like, stay positive in the sense of like, when things aren't going great, stay positive, you know, and stay positive on the channel. Like, nobody likes, like, you're gonna get hate comments and rude people, and like, fueling hate with hate only leads to more hate. Like, so if you respond negatively, it's just gonna put a bad taste in your subscribers' mouth. The people that you said it to, but also the people that are reading the comments. They're like, he was kind of a jerk to that guy. Even if that guy was a jerk, he was also a jerk back. Like, stay positive in the comments. Stay positive in the. I recommend staying positive in your comments about the videos, especially because you're reacting to people's favorite artists. So like, bad mouthing the artist is never really a good look for the channel. You want to be honest, but you also can say. My mom had this quote that said, "Say what you mean, but mean what you say. Just don't say it meanly." Right? So there's a way where you can kind of talk how you feel and really mean it, but do it in a way that doesn't hurt people's feelings or make people feel bad. And then having fun, you know, just don't take it too seriously, have fun with it, take the pressure off yourself and make the most out of it. So again, I posted 3,000 reaction videos. I learned a couple things here and there, so I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other recommendations. You know, if you have a channel or you're starting out, let me know in the comments below. And if you have any recommendations or questions or anything, happy to help. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jacob Restituto. God bless and peace out.